Hello, welcome to my 400 subscriber giveaway video part 2.
The Bellyful is Bellyful, also written by Al Feldstein and drawn by Bernie Craigstein. This is from Weird Science Fantasy number 25 in 1954. I'm going to do something a little different on this one. I'm going to analyze it, the artwork, how I feel about Bernie Craigstein artwork.
Quote, because he had so many stories to write, Feldstein rarely experimented with breakdowns. His standard page had 7 panels with a considerable amount of captions. When Bernard Craigstein was given an EC assignment, he was handed the Bristol board with the panels already inked in and the lettering already inserted. And he often refused to do it that way. He would simply cut up the story as it was given to him and reassemble it as he liked it. Bellyful has some unusual breakdown, and probably this is the result of Craigstein's rearranging the basic Feldstein story. The artwork in Bellyful again shows Craigstein's ability to adapt his style to the story being told. Unquote. Russ Cochran. We see here in this first panel, the character is writhing in pain in the foreground, and his two shipmates are hovering above. You can see the use he makes of zipatone and the way he kind of degrades it to make it look like texture of the floor. In the next panel, we see the 2 crewmen regarding the prostate buddy, one concerned and one scornful. Finally, we see the 3 figures in a straight-on shot with the blacks spotted along with the zipatone toning. We saw the last page was condensed into 3 panels. This page is a more standard 7-page grid. Apparently he decided to go with that page the way Feldstein had laid it out, or with minor changes. In this 2-panel sequence, we see him positioning the 3 crewmen with a little bit of machinery implied and the blacks laid in. And then the next panel, it draws back, showing more machinery and the characters kind of moving apparently downstairs in the craft. You notice a lot of the zipatone in this panel too. This panel is interesting. Craigstein shows the ship going through space, but the textures of space that he's indicated with bits of zipatone in various ways that mimic like the flora of fauna within the stomach lining or something like that, to imply the organic sickness of the crewmen. This sequence is interesting. It shows Craigstein's simple style. It's not flashy like a Williamson or a Wood, but I find the figures and the textures of the machinery, along with the silhouettes here of the faces interspersed with the zipatone, to be very interesting. This 3rd page, again, Craigstein sticks with the 7-panel grid. And it's kind of a mundane ship flying and coming into land on this planet, and then a glimpse of the planet itself, and then the 3 crewmen that we are seeing here. In these panels, we see some interesting pen and ink work covered with zipatone, and the story is just kind of mundane landing instructions. I very much admire the simplicity of the ship blasting as it comes down, kicking up dust with just a few lines and overlapping zipatone. Very effective. As the dust settles, we can see the kind of implied wildness of the planet in contrast with the closeness of the crew within the rocket. On this next page, our crewmen are sent to suit up and head down to check out the planet. In these three panels, Craig Steen implies the claustrophobic nature of the inside of the spacecraft as the crewmen change into their landing suits. Kind of different from what we see today. This panel, I think, is very effective and imaginative. The three crewmen that have been most of the story, plus the doctor who adds the crucial element, are going down there, and they're going down the stairs, and then one guy has already gotten to the end, and he's standing and looking down on him. Very cool. So they walk off into the alien landscape, leaving the ship behind, and suddenly they hear a sound, and they turn, and they see something coming up on the ship. Once again on this page, Craig Steen has cut up the page and moved the captions around so that he could have bigger panels. He depicts this monster in a very abstract fashion, and you can't really barely make out what's happening. You have to imply from what they're saying that the ship was crushed, and the little guys are down there in the foreground. The line work is so interesting on these panels. All the zipatone that was used on the interior of the ship is gone, and everything is just implied in an abstract way, and you have to actually read the captions to understand what's going on. The crewmen are actually being sucked inside the monster and falling down into his gut. It's totally fascinating. Finally, on this last page, Craig Steen returns to the 7-panel grid, and we're back into the more claustrophobic, like being in the ship. Now we're in the stomach of this beast, and the zipatone comes back. Down in the creature's stomach, we have Craig Steen's great line work on these characters. And so here we have the reveal. The crewman was sick with a tapeworm, and now they're inside the creature, and they have to get food. They have to annoy his stomach, so they become the tapeworm within the creature. I love these last two panels. They imply the hugeness of this creature. They're just disappearing into the creature, and it becomes bigger, and it becomes reminiscent of that outer space with the flora and the fauna of the creature. The end. Well, I hope I was able to convey my admiration for Bernie Craig Steen's artwork. And if you like this video, then like it. And if you want to enter the contest, you can like it, make some kind of comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to, you can make some kind of a video promoting this contest, and that'll give you an extra chance to win this great EC Portfolio number 4 from 1973. Hope you'll participate in this contest, and this is the end of part 2.